Oh, we're live. Sims complete. That's Phil Sims. I'm Matt Sims. Brought to you by FanDuel and the Believe Network. Big guy. Wow. A lot of action today. Yep. Get those glasses. It's always opposite, right?
It is. It's opposite. I got a crooked head, so I try to keep my glasses straight.
Yeah. Were you born with a crooked head, or was that because of just playing in the league for 15 years?
Well, it's probably of everything. Geez, probably from my brother David punching me in the jaw and knocking me different. So who knows what the hell.
All right. R.I.P. to David, because, hey, we know one thing about David. First of all, he was a great man. Second of all, he had some heavy-ass hands. So I understand why your head is misshaped now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I missed you today. I was there watching games by myself. Man, I tell you, picking-wise, I did something with my son-in-law, Brian Toll, man, hit every game.
Did you?
Every game.
Good for you.
Yeah, no. You know what I got the show for it? Nothing.
Nothing?
No, we can put a little something on it, me and him, just between us. So.
Oh, okay. I was going to say he pockets your winnings. That's a good son-in-law.
Yeah, it was a bad day for him. That's all. Yeah, so.
All
right, let's rock and roll, man.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. All right, we're going to start with our hometown team. We're going to start with Big Blue down there in New Orleans. Unfortunately, the Giants, wow. First quarter, second quarter, some good things here and there. But they lost 26-14. Jackson Dart, opening drive of the game, marches right down the field. Hey, Theo Johnson getting involved in this passing attack for the New York Giants. So, it started off really good, right? Felt good about just kind of how they looked coming off of a big time win at home. We're thinking, hey, this road's going to carry this team's going to carry well on the road with the energy that they had from a week ago. But it really got stale very quick in the second half. What were some of the things that you thought were the reasons why just the Giants all of a sudden fell flat there in the second half against the New Orleans Saints?
Well, I think what does it mentally and emotionally, no doubt about it, is when you have turnovers.
Right.
And you go to the sideline, especially for the Giants, who their margin of error is very small, and you have these turnovers, and it's hard to overcome it. The talent's not there yet to do it. 5 turnovers to 0, if I'm right there. So that's huge. And I think a couple things. One, I thought the New Orleans defense kind of got in rhythm with the Giants offense.
Agree.
A few things. But most of all, and I said this last week, but Spencer Rattler, I actually tweeted it out. Man, he's got some energy. He's got a good arm.
Yeah.
And is just the way he carries himself. And he knows this is his shot to maybe solidify a job in the NFL, which he's done, but I mean to be the starter. But I thought he played really well. And I'll tell you, a lot of people noticed I was watching TV this morning, and Rex Ryan, the quarterback guru, man, he was singing his praises. He goes, I like this guy. But, I think that the turnovers are mostly hard to overcome when you're the Giants right now, and that's the short version of why they lost.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say, I always feel like when you look at these football games, there's probably 2 or 3 plays where you're just like, okay, this is what changed. If we talk about the Arizona-Tennessee game, which we won't go in length about, but just in that opportunity, DeMarco's fumble out of the back of the end zone of the touchdown literally is the difference in the football game. Yep. I think for the New York Giants in their situation today, it's the Darius Slayton fumble right before half. Demario Davis punches it out. And it just felt like the Giants were in really good control of the football game up until that point. And as soon as that happened, that's when I felt like the whole game's vibe totally changed into a 180. And really from there, the Saints, I think, just never looked back. They were able to capitalize off of that right before half. And then from there, you're right. Spencer Rattler settled into the football game. I was surprised. I thought New Orleans actually protected better than I was expecting them to overall. In this football game. I thought for sure that we would see a little bit more action from our defensive line. But Spencer Rattler, you're exactly right, big guy. I totally agree with you. Played really good football, definitely more confident, composed in the pocket. And his pass to Raheed Shaheed was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, he threw it over the moon and into the bucket right in stride. And that was just a beautiful pass and really another devastating explosive pass play against this New York Giants secondary.
Yeah, this is the guy that I saw last week against Buffalo, playing the same way, kind of little Baker Mayfield in him, that kind of thing. That energy, it's just, you can see it. And New Orleans, when you got that big 0 over there in the win column, your emotions just keep going up every week, and it's desperation. Not that they were desperate. I didn't see that, but they took advantage of the fact they got the turnovers. The quarterback played well, and they do have a good offensive line. And the offensive line overall protected really well. And I even say Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart had time to throw the ball many times. Moved around looking for people, and it wasn't there. And, it was New Orleans Day. They just played better than the Giants, and that's probably the easiest way to put it. And it brings the Giants, man, does that bring them back down to earth? Now they're going to go play a team that lost today, the Philadelphia Eagles, on Thursday night. But
and they're going to be pissed off, especially that they lost. But yeah, I mean, for me, it just goes back to that field goal right before half that makes it a 16-14 football game, when it just felt like the Giants were in control of that game and the tempo of the game. That was one of the plays I feel like that really stood out to me. And you were right, big guy. You called it. You were just like, hey, this Saints defense, they got something. They play tough. They can make it difficult for you. And the Giants defense on the other side of it, hey, the one-off week against the Chargers, and man, just kind of right back to what we've been seeing for this past year and a half defensively, with just too many snafus, especially in the secondary, just too many open opportunities for explosive plays in the passing game.
Here's what it is, Matt.
Yeah.
That secondary is going to get exposed against good quarterbacks or whatever, and the only way they need the defensive line to be super and dynamic and just make it where keep the quarterback out of rhythm.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to cover great sometimes. If you just keep him out of rhythm, quarterbacks, and I did it, and I'm sure you did. You just sometimes you can't read the defense because you got to hurry everything up, and you make mistakes and where to throw it, and even the direction of how the ball is going. So the Giants defensive line had a few moments. Boy, Abdul Carter jumped out there for a while. I was like, man, he is playing awesome. But as the game went along, the Saints O-line and Spencer Rattler, they figured it out big time. So, hey, Kellen Moore gets his first victory as a head coach. So, congratulations to him.
That's right. Congratulations to Kellen Moore, and you're right. It's unfortunate for us, but also just, hey, it's a good moment for the New Orleans Saints. Kellen Moore, Spencer Rattler, too, I believe went into this game 0-10 as a starting quarterback, so him getting his first win as a starter and enduring some of the things that he's gone through in his young football career. Big day for Oklahoma quarterbacks. Dylan Gabriel played. Spencer Rattler played. Kyler Murray played. If you went to Oklahoma and you played quarterback, damn, you played in the NFL today. So I don't know what it is about that school, but all right, let's switch up the gears here.
All right.
Let's go to the Washington Commanders with a big-time win over the Los Angeles Chargers, 27-10. And this is another game where you can gotta go back to one play. And you mentioned to me earlier before we came on air, right? What was that one play to you that really kind of just sucked the life out of the Chargers offense and what they were doing?
Well, it's hard to write all this stuff down and keep up with it, but I think it's when Quentin Johnson, right? He fumbled, and they're up 14-0, if I'm not mistaken.
So at the time, they were up 10-0.
10-0, going to make it 17. They're rolling. Man, you can see Justin Herbert. He feels good. He's throwing rockets once again. He's getting enough time to throw. And then it seemed like from there, it just dismantled completely.
Right.
And, every drive, another good throw. Good. Here they go. Something would happen. The ball tipped. Justin Herbert had an interception. The ball got tipped near the goal line, intercepted. So it just – and, too, Washington seemed to – with Jalen Daniels, they got in rhythm and had their offense kind of rolling. Him moving, making good throws, good runs, all that stuff. So Washington kind of put it back in my brain again. They're going to be a pain all year long. They're going to win their share of games, no doubt.
Yeah,
and they're going to make the playoffs. But it was once it turned, the Chargers couldn't get it back. It's almost like the Giants in a way today. Almost the same thing. Rolling early, something goes against you, can't recover, and you just suffer for the rest of the game, and that's what happened to the Chargers.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think a big story too, and a reminder for us as we just go through this evaluation process in young football players. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, 14 carries, 111 yards in the day, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Man, I mean, this dude is super impressive. There you have Ashton Jeanty, who's a first-rounder, and hey, he's doing better. He's making his plays. He's showing why he was drafted in the first round. But you can't tell me either that, like, what's the difference between him and Krosky Merritt, right? Like, it's not as big of a gap, right, between being a great running back, a really good running back, being an average running, whatever. But I'm just like so impressed by how many good football players, young football players there are, and especially at the running back position. Krosky Merritt was phenomenal today. He's got speed, he's got power, man, running through tackles like it's nothing, man. And I feel like he just embodies the whole attitude that Dan Quinn is trying to build there in Washington. And you can see also why they felt so comfortable just letting go of Brian Robinson, a running back that we think and hold in high regard as a talented football player in the NFL.
Yeah, I think the Washington Commanders kind of jumped back on the map big time again. There's this guy named this tank. I don't even know what to call him. Deebo Samuel. Man, oh man. It's unbelievable. How would you like to try to tackle him? Right. We talk about all these great running backs. I mean, Deebo Samuel, he's Earl Campbell. He's got legs like Earl Campbell.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he can steamroll. But yeah, that was a great little signing for the Commanders and all that. But I did write some things down. The O-line is an absolute mess with the Chargers. Agreed. I mean, it's a disaster. And I don't care who's quarterbacking. They'll be Justin Herbert can't win the big game and all that.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't care. But the O-line, like I said, it's a mess. Mekhi Becton, I don't know if he ever went back in the game. Did he ever go back in?
I don't believe that he did. He came out of the game on 2 different occasions, and the last one he did not re-enter back into the football game.
Justin Herbert, even Tom Brady said it. Oh my gosh, he's getting killed.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times he got sacked. When I wrote it, it was just 8 penalties, lost fumble. Quentin Johnson, and Justin Herbert throws a 50-yard laser down the field, call it back, got holding.
Yeah,
so that's the way it was going. They couldn't get out of that rhythm. And I'll also say this: the flags in the games today. You missed it, Matt. I had it set up perfect today. I was watching. It was all in the right boxes, and I was watching the games, but it was driving me crazy. The flags. And, I understand, but some of them are like, that is pass interference.
Oh, there was one. All right, well, here, first of all, before we go into the ref thing, I would love to do this because there's nothing more than I like than just crushing refs that annoy me. But Dorrance Armstrong played absolutely phenomenal for the Washington Commanders defensively. He had 2 sacks in the day. Overall, Washington Commanders had 5 sacks. And I'm going to say they had probably, 12. At least 12 quarterback hits, right, where they're just tossing Justin Herbert's body around. So it's not like that the Washington Commanders are one of those phenomenal pass rushing defenses, but they are big, they are strong, they collapse the pocket. And yes, added with the injuries and just the shuffling around of bodies for the Chargers, it was a rough day for Justin Herbert in the pocket. And he, still made some throws to kind of keep them in the football game. But yeah, not being able to capitalize on that fumble late by Jaden Daniels. That was a big missed opportunity. Of course, that led to that interception that you were talking about at the tip. But okay, so now let's go to the referees. There was one when I was watching the Broncos-Eagles game, right? And I say that because that's the next game that we're going to transition to. But Pat Surtain is on A.J. Brown like a glove. I mean, he turns, he looks for the ball, he bats the football away with his hand, and they call PI on him. And that's what leads to, I want to say, a touchdown to Calcaterra maybe on the next play or something like that. But still, that was a great example of like, you can't, that is absolute drill tape. You would go to a coaching clinic and say, this is how we want our corners to play coverage. And they threw a pass interference flag. And that's, of course, I got really heated, of course, being a Giants fan too. Like, oh, here come the Eagles. They're like the new Kansas City Chiefs. The refs are just going to give them calls all the time. So I really got petty real quick on that one.
You should have. I know the play you're talking about, and I was like,
terrible.
I just go, you can't guard them. You just got to hope the quarterback throws it bad where they miss it or something.
Oh, well, no, that's the thing. You can throw a bad pass.
Yeah, you're right.
And still be at the end. I was like, please don't. There was one play they threw. I think he threw it to Dallas Goedert down the right sideline. He underthrew it by maybe 6 yards. And I was like, oh, man, please do not throw this flag. And, of course, it was close. The crowd was going crazy and all that. They didn't call it. But I was like, wow, this was one of those where, they decided to let this one go. But it was tight, So Eagles' best offense today was lying on the referees. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
no, you know, that's true. But I got to admit, on that last little drive the Eagles had, I hated what the Broncos were doing. One man rush one time, right? Was it
terrible,
one?
Terrible.
What the hell? If anything, well, whatever. I would blitz, but now he's got to get it out. Keep him in the pocket. Make a tackle. But that was
well, it was weird though too, because they had a one-man rush and it seemed like they were playing man coverage behind it, right? So no one actually had their eyes on the quarterback and could play the ball in the air when it was thrown. No one was defending the sideline too later in that drive. That was unbelievable. So yeah, and you could see Sean Payton was like losing his shit on the sideline with Vance Joseph. He was like, you could see he was just like, "What are you doing, man? What are you doing? We got this game won." So that was a close call, man. But the credit to the Broncos, right? This was an awesome game today. The Eagles, hey, they battled. There's no doubt about it. The Eagles, of course, like just kind of had control and tempo of the game for about the first 3 quarters or so, and then the Broncos just kind of went on fire in the fourth quarter, scoring 18 unanswered. And really, Bo Nix, wow, just some of the plays that he was able to make. Right. And just staying composed throughout that situation was truly impressive. And despite what happened late in the game, I do feel like defensively, you could see the Broncos, they were all over it, right? As the game wore on, you can't throw the unders and the stop routes over and over and over against us, right? Because they got the guys that can really cover it and do well. And Jahdae Barron, we really saw him, the young man from Texas, really kind of show out and show his presence as that next guy up in that secondary.
Yeah, the Broncos are just that team. As you see the game, and I saw the score, and I go, "Oh, this is not over," because once it got towards the fourth quarter, I just know Sean Payton was going to keep. They're going to keep going,
right?
And we've talked about it many, many times, but they stayed aggressive. The quarterback stayed aggressive. I told you about the one-man rush, which I wrote at the bottom of everything.
Yeah,
it was terrible. But they run the ball. Even if they're not having success, they still keep running it to keep the rhythm of their offense and keep the rhythm of the defense to make you think, here it comes.
Yeah.
And that was a great comeback I thought, for the Denver Broncos. Hey, what was it? 17-16? I go, he's going to go for 2.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he did. He doesn't disappoint.
Yeah.
That's Sean, when you got a chance, you were with him once. I mean, he's a unique character as a coach.
Definitely.
And if you want to be coached hard and coached well, he's just one of those guys, and he found his place in life, man, as being a coach. And it's fun to watch his team, but it was a great comeback for him to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. And Denver, they're going to be in this thing all year long too.
Yeah. Nick Bonito was really impressive today. He had 2.5 sacks. I mean, his speed and just the way that he plays is super impressive. He's one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. I don't know if everyone else in the country really recognizes yet, but like, he is legit. And of course, just, kind of like I mentioned, this is one of the better passing games, right, of the year. Actually, the best passing game by Jalen Hurts this season, 23 or 38 for 280 and 2 touchdowns. Got Saquon Barkley on a nice little wheel route out of the backfield for 47 yards and a touchdown. That was a well-designed football play, taking advantage of man coverage by Vance Joseph. That's where I got a little concerned in the game. I was like, ooh, Vance Joseph running a lot of man coverage. Is this going to end up biting them in the butt? Did a good job of kind of mixing up some looks later on as the game went along. And, the Eagles had a tough time moving the football consistently with those looks that they were getting. But, yeah, it really kind of starts with the Denver Broncos defense and just how impressive they were and slowing down this Philadelphia Eagles team as a whole.
Now it's in the fourth quarter, there you go. That's pretty impressive.
It is. And now let's go to Baker.
Oh my God.
Holy shnikes. Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold put on an absolute show today. Fireworks. If you didn't see this football game, I highly suggest that you find some time at some point this week and watch this damn game, because this is just like a dissertation on how to throw the football accurately throughout the football game. Baker Mayfield, 29 of 33, 379 and 2 touchdowns. Sam Darnold, the losing quarterback, 28 of 34, 341 and 4 touchdowns. The one interception really was the difference in the football game, unfortunately, for Sam Darnold, who played a phenomenal game. The tip went off of the helmet of a defensive lineman. And then I want to say, yeah, it was Levante David with the interception.
Yes.
But overall, man, first of all, Emeka Egbuka, holy wow. All right. First of all, I didn't even know that he was this good. Ohio State, what the hell were you doing this whole time when this kid was in college? I know he was good, but damn. I mean, he's dominating the NFL. That just kind of shows you the difference between college and the NFL game. And then Jackson Smith-Njigba on the other side, super impressive. AJ Barner, right, for Seattle. Damn, he's a good-looking tight end for them. So Seattle's got a lot of good things going for them. Unfortunately, they lose this one. Big guy, just, where do you even want to start when you're talking about this game for you?
Oh, everything. I think you hit the main thing, Mayfield and Darnold.
Yeah.
And you know, after the game, they go, hey, you remember we were standing on the sideline with the Carolina Panthers? We couldn't even play. And look at them now.
Yeah.
Making money. It's 4 comeback victories for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And they're like true comebacks. The end of the game. Here it is. It's on the line. Bing, bong, boom, whatever. I mean, he's really – it's amazing to watch him and Sam Darnold too. You said it. They're throwing the ball physically so well that everything looks open to them. You know, they don't need big – they just a little spot, they get it in there. You know, so it was a fun game to watch. The quarterbacks were tremendous. And Baker Mayfield and came through for him once again. Of course, he gets help, but it was a fun game to watch. And those 2 quarterbacks, I was really happy for them. The game was over. I'm like, I felt good. Yeah. Sam Darnold lost, but damn, he put on a show.
Yeah, he did. And Seattle, I mean, they're a good football team. I don't think they're going anywhere. I like the way that this team is designed. I think McDonald and the boys, I think the defense, of course, like, hey, Baker Mayfield cut him up today, but I don't expect dudes to do this to their defense consistently week in and week out. And I just feel like Baker and them 4-1 right now in the season. Damn, do they know how to win some gritty football games. And of course, if their quarterback has the football last, they feel like they're going to win all of these. So I think both of these teams are going to be in it for the long run. And will have some opportunities if they stay healthy, especially with their 2 young star receivers on their rosters.
I'm not surprised by Tampa Bay. I mean, I think I'm a little surprised just the way they're winning and they do it in the big moment. They get it done.
Right.
I think I'm surprised in Seattle. I just for some reason, I said, man, Seattle might be a 500 team, probably a little below it.
Right.
That's what I was expecting. But watching them play and all that, man, they're well coached. The quarterback's hot. They got guys that can catch it and make plays. So every time I watch them every week, I just go, yep, this is not a one-game wonder here. This is real for him. So
and you know, just to kind of add to that too, which I think is interesting, going into the season, Sam Darnold, you know, hey, where's the help? No DK Metcalf and all that. They clearly knew also what they were doing, right, with this situation, because Jackson Smith-Njigba is phenomenal. Cooper Kupp is just the perfect guy to kind of operate in that underneath area and kind of clean up all the other things. AJ Barner is a legit tight end, right? I mean, he is like a high-level tight end in the league. Torrey Horton, they hit a home run with this kid out of Colorado State. He is a damn good football player. And of course, Kenneth Walker and the offensive line. So Clint Kubiak, right, having that style that he plays and just the running attack, the formations and all of that. A lot of great combinations going on for this offense. And I really do think there's a lot of room for growth, even despite the fact that they lost today. Man, I think this is going to be a tough offense to compete against throughout the season.
Yeah, I agree. You know, when they made all the changes and let Geno Smith go out in Seattle this offseason, I said, man, maybe that's a mistake.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're all over it. They made the right decision. Geno playing the Colts today, rough day.
Yeah.
Colts, I think the Colts get, not to change the subject, but.
No, it's okay. We're done with that game. So, go ahead.
Quick, I think they're getting better every week.
They are.
I mean, they really, truly, without a doubt, should be undefeated.
Right.
But all over the Raiders offense.
Agree.
Daniel Jones, once again, I wrote his numbers down somewhere. I don't see him right now, so I don't care.
20 of 29 for 212 and 2 touchdowns.
Just a ho-hum one more time, another game. Seems like every game's about those numbers, right?
You know what's so cool, though, too, is that, like, man, Shane Steichen, wow. Damn, he's a good play caller. Wow, can he choreograph an offense?
You know, Matt,
and Daniel Jones is like on it with him.
Yes.
He's seeing it the exact way that it's being installed.
his first year there, and even before he got there, I knew I followed him, but he's exactly what I thought he was going to be. It's just a very, is this the right word to say? It's a typical NFL offense. It's got everything, but his play selection and timing on calling the plays is what really sets it apart.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
And it's for quarterback. I mean, if you're a good solid quarterback that just has any smarts to him and can throw the ball where he wants it, you're going to do well with his offense. It's fun to watch every single week. It's fun, but it's what's the word for it? You just go, wow, there it is one more time. A wide open guy, different play, you know, like that. So
yeah. And you know, I made this note too as I was watching the football game. Just a really good running attack. Very difficult to defend. A lot of mixture of runs, power, counter, misdirection. It's just a great mixture of running plays that they have and designs that I feel like are very difficult to defend. They get Jonathan Taylor in a lot of advantageous situations where he can get downhill and he's not touched before, 3 or 4 yards past the line of scrimmage. So that's really just the structure and the scheme in which they're setting him up. And of course, off of that, all those running plays are set up well because Daniel Jones is staying on schedule. He's making easy completions consistently. And then, of course, he's making some big time plays too. And the biggest thing and the biggest difference I noticed with Daniel Jones and his play is just how decisive he is in the low red zone area. So there's the Giants. They're excited. Jackson Dart, we scored a touchdown in the red zone. It's awesome. See, but it's just like, no, it's different. Shane Steichen and them, they get people open easily in the low red zone area, and Daniel Jones is on it. And I think that really is one of the biggest differences too, right? For this Colts offense is they're just the normal down and distance stuff is efficient. The low red zone stuff, man, they do a great job of getting people open consistently, and they do a great job of giving their quarterback answers on every single opportunity.
Yeah, they do. You're right. Daniel Jones taking advantage of a great opportunity, and then there was 4 sacks today by the Colts. Yeah. And it was the 4 guys, Zaire Franklin, Buckner, Tyquan Lewis, and Ebukam. It was those are the 4 guys. Now, you got that, and you got the offensive line. And then, we haven't mentioned this. Defense is playing pretty well, too. Do you think Lou Anarumo's glad that Cincinnati said you got to hit the road?
Man, I'm glad you mentioned it because I was just waiting to talk about this. Hell yeah. Good for him, man, because he has got this team just firing right now.
Oh, he's got it, but he's got just everything about it. It's a better defense than he had in Cincinnati. Yeah. So he's able to actually even be creative or take chances because the talent is good enough. And he's doing kind of the same thing that Shane Steichen's doing. Man, they're calling the plays or on it, catching you by surprise. And, boy, Lou Anarumo's got to be like, wow, I could have been in Cincy today, giving up a lot of points.
So, you didn't have to do that, big guy. You didn't have to I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
You got me. I mean, come on. Sometimes these coaches get fired, and there's no reason they should be fired. But we just got to make a change.
Yeah, that's also why the Cincinnati Bengals are who they are, because they invested on their quarterback and their star receivers, and the rest of the team really is just like, and that's why it's like every game, they're great from behind because that's when they can utilize what they built their roster on, right? Their skill players and their quarterback, but that's about it, right? There's not much meat and potatoes as far as this football team right now, as far as being a competitive playoff football team or a caliber football team, even if Joe Burrow is healthy.
Yeah, I'm really being serious. I'm surprised that they only gave up it was a 38 today, right?
I want to say it was 38. Yeah, let me double check though.
I'm surprised they gave up I thought it would be more than that. I'm being serious. I said, oh man, Detroit's gonna throw up a 50 number on them like nothing.
It wasn't 38.
What was it?
37.
Oh, okay, I was close. I just knew there for a while. I was sitting there going, damn, this game's getting a little close.
But just like the final note, though, on the Colts, though, Jonathan Taylor, with that running scheme is awesome. Ashton Doolin is phenomenal. Josh Downs, wow. Just his sudden short area quickness is phenomenal too. Tyler Warren, he had 4 catches on the day for 44 yards and a touchdown. He had a one-on-one matchup against Jeremy Chin in that low red zone area. Simple concept. Hey, Tyler Warren, run an out route. He can't cover you. Done. I mean, like, it was just so easy the way that they designed that football play. They got the Raiders in the perfect look that they wanted, and they were like, hey, we're just going to run a quick out with our tight end against the safety. No problem at all. So just great coaching, execution, and, of course, the talent on top of that. Really impressive. So Colts got a little bit of everything going right now. Big guy, what's some other thoughts you got? Hey, Dillon Gabriel, I thought he played really well today. What do you think about that?
I thought they did a good job on the broadcast. Jonathan Vilma, he was very good. You know, he is like smooth, isn't he? I mean, he never gets too riled up, whatever. I thought he explained a lot of situations very well. I thought Dillon Gabriel threw the ball very well. I thought he made the right decisions, or maybe I can't think of one where I go, wow, maybe he shouldn't have done. Maybe there was 1 or 2, but I don't remember it.
Yeah.
But, and it was well orchestrated.
Yes.
You know, they called the plays the right way. They weren't going to just put him out there and go, you're going to throw it every down.
Right.
And he made some, hey, you can say whatever you want. He made some really tight, extremely accurate throws.
No doubt.
They were off line by 1 yard. They were going to be intercepted. So,
yeah.
You know, they almost got it at the end of the game when he threw that deep crosser.
Yeah.
And who was that? Who did he throw it to? I can't remember.
I want to say on that one in particular, it might have been Isaiah Bond. I'm not sure, or Jamari Thrash. I'm not exactly sure who that was at the end. But
it doesn't matter. Whoever it is, I'm going, boy, if they get out of bounds, we're going to get one play that's going to be exciting in the end zone. But overall, Cleveland played a solid game. They were able to run it. They got movement. They stayed on the field. It was I thought it was well done by Kevin. And Brian Flores just couldn't unleash everything he wanted.
That's right.
Yeah, that was the big thing too. Yeah. And, you know, maybe I'll do this real quick. Brian Flores seems to be a little more conservative and kind of holding back his special stuff that he has, you know, his new blitzes or whatever. And he kind of played them straight up for most of the day. You agree? Right. Or a little wrong there?
No, I do. I think, and also too, just the way that Stefanski called the football game did limit Flores' ability to say, yeah, we are going to throw it at him. So I think you're exactly right with that. I think Kevin called it in a way that really did protect Dillon Gabriel, the offense, what they were trying to do schematically, and that limited, I think, the call sheet for Brian Flores. So yeah, I think you're spot on with that. And you know, I'm just excited for the Cleveland Browns. I really am. I think this is a great opportunity for them. I know that they lost today, and I know it's a tough loss. Carson Wentz played well today. Of course, finding Justin Jefferson. Yeah. So that was great. But overall, like, just the young football players on this Cleveland Browns football team, I'm pumped about it. Quinshon Judkins is a dude. He rushed for 110 today. He's not going anywhere. Dude's legit. Isaiah Bond is a dude. Jamari Thrash, they got him involved on a catch today. He's a young man out of Louisville. Right? Like that receiver as well. So I think there's a lot of good young pieces. Harold Fannin had a touchdown today. So a lot of good young pieces to the offense side of the football. And I think they got to stick with Dillon Gabriel. And keep those good reps. I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So give me a little more Carson Wentz. Honestly, I was like, wow, I thought he looked good.
I think so too. I was like, boy, I kind of was expecting, maybe it wasn't going to be as good as I remember him playing, but physically, I thought he threw the ball really well, moved around. Man, he's a big dude too. God. He is a big dude. He does have good feel in the pocket. He definitely has a very good arm too, especially when he has time to just kind of rear back and rip it. And we saw that in a few of the plays to Justin Jefferson. I think overall, I was just kind of surprised that the Cleveland Browns didn't just like overpower the Minnesota Vikings sometimes throughout the football game. I thought that Minnesota being banged up in their offensive line, all of that, I thought there would be times for the Browns to really just impose their will physically on them. But I think that goes to just Kevin O'Connell doing a good job of just mixing up the play pass, mixing up the calls, and making sure that Carson Wentz got the football out of his hand in rhythm for the majority of the game.
Well, that Minnesota left tackle, he's not one guy you want to go against. I mean, he was phenomenal today. Darrisaw. No
doubt.
He was phenomenal. I mean, I kept going, where's Myles Garrett? man, get away from him, go to the other side.
Do something.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Gosh, hey, a left tackle, or if you have two just lockdown offensive linemen in the NFL, you're ahead of everybody else.
That's right.
So yeah, good job by him. It was fun to watch that battle between him and Myles Garrett. That was good.
Yeah, definitely. And now let's see. Baltimore Ravens, bad football team.
Oh my gosh.
It's just the facts. They're a bad football team. Defense is awful. I don't care what about the injuries and all that. Excuses, don't care. See a lot of teams that have injuries and all that and still get their job done. Hey, San Francisco 49ers, half their team is on the injury report. No problem at all. Move the football up and down the field with a backup quarterback. No issues. Still make big-time plays on the defense side of the football when they need it. Baltimore Ravens, just a bad team right now. So it's just unbelievable. They can't get to the bye fast enough. The Houston Texans, they look like a Super Bowl contender, right? C.J. Stroud, Hutchinson was phenomenal, had a great back shoulder catch for a touchdown. Nico Collins over the middle. So we saw, some moments from C.J. Stroud that just kind of reminded us again, wow, this dude's pretty talented.
Oh, yeah.
Given an opportunity. But yeah, Nico Collins, Hutchinson, the rest of the crew, Petrie with 2 interceptions today. So he played awesome on the defense side of the football. The speed of the Houston Texans defense is very apparent when you watch this team play.
There you go. That's it. Listen, that was a terrible matchup for the Baltimore Ravens right now. Yeah. Houston is a fast team. Right. That's how I look at it. The defense, very fast, extremely aggressive, more than one pass rusher. They can get after you. And Cooper Rush, it wasn't like he played terrible. It's just the defense is just too fast. And they're probably still living on the fact, 2 years ago that they had to go down there and play in Baltimore in a playoff game. They just got
right.
Yeah. So, Lamar Jackson, if he was playing today, I don't think it was going to change anything, because you just said the speed of their defense, it's made to stop guys or quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson. And I think we saw with Detroit, the blitzing and all that stuff they were doing to keep him in the pocket. And when he did escape, they were there to tackle him. I mean, that's going to happen every single week with the Baltimore Ravens. And that was, I don't know. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl, so that's not looking too good.
You're going to have to change that one. So that's definitely not happening. I don't care if Lamar gets healthy tomorrow. They're not a Super Bowl football team. And yeah, it's very flat right now. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they're a football team that gets hot late and kind of sneaks into a wild card, but I just don't really see them kind of fulfilling some of the expectations that were had early in the season. Last 2 things. Yeah, go ahead, big guy.
Yeah, I want to give me 30 seconds on Mac Jones and that performance he had on Thursday.
Big guy. That was Thursday night. I don't give a damn about that. Yeah, we can't do that. That's too long ago, player. I want to talk more about, Bryce Young. Good job for you, dog. Big win at home against the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa and them just couldn't come up clutch there in the late end of that football game. The day, though, goes to Rico Dowdle. 23 carries for 206 yards, Phil. That was like a Corey Dillon type of day running the football. Man, unbelievable. Played physical, played strong. Credit to Dave Canales, sticking to the run game, being patient. McMillan on the outside is a legit receiver 1 for the Carolina Panthers going forward. Carolina, Bryce Young fumbled again today to start the football game. Damn, come on, Bryce. Clean up some of those turnovers. But there's a lot of good young football players on this defense side of the football that I was really impressed with. I thought Scorton, the young man at Texas A&M, he looked good today. He's impressive. And Manilin, the young man from Ole Miss, he's impressive on that group as well. They got some speed. They got some talent. I feel like the Carolina Panthers have a lot of good pieces to their roster right now.
Yeah, they are. And, Bryce Young, it seems like it's a really good week for him. And then the next week I just go, oh, boy, that wasn't very good. I don't know. It's not consistent yet, but it's getting better. It is getting that way. And the makeup of the team and the style and the what they have and what they're trying to do, I like it. Trying to protect him a little bit. He's throwing the ball really well. And you're right. A turnover here and there is what it seems like almost every game. But it was a really good job. I didn't get this is one game I didn't pay much attention to because every time I was going to watch it, I go, damn, Miami's just marching down the field again. And
they were. It seemed like Miami kind of had control of the football game and just, I don't know, in typical Miami fashion, just effed it up. I don't really. Miami is a very frustrating football team to watch sometimes. So that's our breakdown for the Miami Dolphins.
Hold it. The Miami Dolphins, they're going to get you because they have a lot of just here's the new play.
Yeah,
it's hey, look here, look there, throw it to him. Hey, honestly, sometimes when I was watching them play the Buffalo Bills, even today, I go, I think I can hit about 70% right now with that offense they run.
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean? There's a lot of easy throws. I give them credit that way.
Yeah. And then the Jets, hey, the Jets being the Jets, Dallas Cowboys, just really dominated the first half of that football game. Jets settled into the game in the third quarter, and then offense finally came to life there in the fourth quarter, but just too little, too late. The offense just has zero rhythm to it whatsoever, which is saying something too, because Dallas's defense is pretty average, right? But Dak Prescott played amazing. Jake Ferguson was involved in the passing game, especially in that low red zone area. Flanor, number 19, wow, is he fast? Was he cutting people up in the secondary for that Jets secondary today? And yeah, I think the biggest thing is just, man, Brian Schottenheimer with Javonte Williams, with Flournoy, George Pickens, and Dak Prescott, they did a great job of just play design. And again, the choreographing of the offense was absolutely phenomenal. Schottenheimer is doing some great stuff offensively right now.
I tell you are right, man. They look good. They're in control always. It doesn't seem like, Dak, of course, he made a couple throws early in that game. I go, wow, that was like you had the cylinder of the ball to fit it through, and he did it. I mean, he looks trimmer. He's moving better. His arm looks really good. It might be his arm, talking about just arm strength, it might be as strong as I've seen it in his whole career.
And honestly, he might be on his way to having an MVP type season, honestly, because the whole offense and the team is clearly just like, hey, Dak, it's you. You got to win us the game.
Good.
And especially with the defense struggling, especially in the passing game and all that kind of stuff too, man, he's going to have a lot of opportunities to really air it out, especially late in the year. So I feel like this might be one of those years where Cowboys might be sneaking into the playoffs, but Dak Prescott definitely ain't going to be in consideration for the MVP race because he's just going to be putting up some stats week in and week out.
Well, if you made me say playoffs in or out, I'd say in for him. And the other thing is too, he is getting solid protection every single game.
Right.
Might not be great, but it's good. It's giving him a chance to throw the football down the field, to get himself under the throw, whatever. So it's been really good. The Jets, I quit watching. They made a little comeback to make it look better than it actually was.
Yeah.
But disappointing.
It was fake. It was fake.
Yeah, very disappointing. Expecting more from Justin Fields and from the start of the game, not midway through or late. So we'll see if the Jets, if they can get that offense going to help their defense out.
The biggest thing is Justin Fields, like, hey, trust what you see and throw it. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Stop holding on to the football to the last second. Takes way too many unnecessary hits, right? Does not trust what he sees enough. And it's just like, yeah, you can't play backyard football, even though the Cowboys defense is a bad today in the first half, really the first 3 quarters of it. I'm like, yeah, the Cowboys, this is all-star type defense, man. They're awesome. That's a Super Bowl caliber defense, but it's more so just the Jets' just inability to just pick you apart, just dropping back and throwing it. So it's pretty frustrating sometimes to watch. But Big Eye, any other thoughts you got?
No, I got no thoughts.
All right. Hey, great breakdown. Appreciate it.
Yeah, keep the head, keep the brain clean and everything. Go out there, don't think, just play. Quit thinking so much, just play. That was a great Parcells, idea. Hey, Sims, you're over, whatever. You're worried about this. Quit worrying about it. Just throw it to this guy. That's his famous story. Throw it to Zeke.
There you go. That's great coaching by Parcells. That sounds like a defensive guy coaching a quarterback. But
no, you know what? I got to tell you the truth. That was actually pretty good. We went 70 yards and 75 and 70 yards of back-to-back through every pass to Zeke. So it worked out pretty well that day. But
all right, well, hey, what the hell do I know? All right, so just listen to Bill. All right, so Patriotsville has already started. Enjoy the rest of that football game, and we'll be back with our breakdown later this week. We're going to be talking about the NFL games, obviously, that are coming up for the following weekend, and then we'll sprinkle in again another quarterback conversation, too, for some of the young quarterbacks we see in college football. So excited to do that a little bit more.
Bingo.
You the man, Phil. See you.
All right. Yeah, listen, on a scale today, my quarterback rate was only probably about 75 or 80. Just didn't come out the way I wanted it to. I sit there all damn day and come up with these ideas, and if they don't come out, it's frustrating.
I hear you.
All right.
That's all we got. That's how we're going to end the show.
Hey, that's it. Let's go. I got to go. Let's go watch this game. Is there a score yet?
No, 0.